And we are live. Hey, forget what I just did a minute ago. I totally did not forget about the lights. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty much. So we're just gonna like cut that little extra little front bit. I did not forget the lights. Don't accuse me of forgetting the lights. I've never forgotten the lights. But anyway, yeah, welcome all of you Coop operatives or whoever else back to the Coop Couch. Whoever's able to join me on the couch today. I'm looking forward to today's episode, or episodes rather. So we've got Knights of Pen and Paper. So I was hyping this up a little bit ago. I did a little impromptu stream of more of the Game Station 5 review, right? So I was hyping up the Knights of Pen and Paper because, like, dude, this game is awesome. Like, I used to play it. I revisited it. I mean, it's been a little while, but it's pretty good. But no, I had also said in the other stream that so I actually had a YouTube channel back in it was like early high school. It would have been early high school. Yeah, it was well, I guess freshman year. I did a few videos on a YouTube channel. The only things I played, I played Knights of Pen and Paper. I played Dark Souls and a couple of other like random one-off style things, right? So that's so seeing Knights of Pen and Paper again, like and doing it on a stream now is like so nostalgic for me. I love it. And I really want to see like the differences between. I want to see the differences between the older version of me trying to entertain versus like me now and how I entertain, you know what I mean? Or not entertain, I don't know. I don't think I'm that entertaining. Some of you might agree. but yeah, we're gonna see, you know, what's going on. And like I had said previously, so I actually found like, you know, pretty much everything else on that old YouTube channel was deleted. Like I don't know why. I can't remember why I did it, but I went through and like purged basically everything. Well, I know that some of it was I used some music that I thought was okay to use, but apparently it wasn't. So a lot of stuff got like struck, right? And I was just I don't know. I guess I was frustrated from that, so I guess that's what prompted me to delete stuff. But I was able to find this old video that I had, and I actually posted it to a private account of mine a while back that I hadn't logged into for a little bit. So, but yeah, so I found it. I found this on that old little archive thing. You know, sort of my meme account on YouTube. Yeah, I found this. It's a episodes 1 through 5, like 1 through 5. It's an edit of the first 5 episodes of that, cut down into 4 minutes. So I figured before we actually start into an actual series here, like a proper series, I want to watch this and sort of like review it in a way, if that makes sense. Like not so much review it, but there we go. Not so much review it, but like I want to see like what I did back then. And I was saying this in the Game Station 5 review video that I did a little bit earlier today. Like, you know, there's gonna be a lot of older, like old school style YouTube like influence, right? You got Toby Games with Tobuscus. You got you know, sort of the classics of YouTube. You know, in the YouTube gaming scene, you know, kind of where the inspiration for some of this now. Whereas like I think a lot of my and even when Mitchell was here, a lot of our dialogue and stuff plays off of sort of the like the Game Grump style, like podcast style gameplay, if that makes sense. Where like it's like constant back and forth dialogue, right? Or it's constant back and forth interaction with the game, you know. So that's kind of like where I am now. Versus like back then, I feel like yeah, some like the old school YouTube gaming, so like Toby Games, you know, all of them. You know, that's the main difference now. So like it's I feel like now I'm a bit more chill, but like very much still engaged. You know, very talky, very dialogue heavy. Whereas me here relied on a lot of the sort of tropes of the time. So like, sort of be kind of loud, be sort of noise, like make noise, if that makes sense. It's like so. Yeah, yeah. Why don't we just go ahead and get into it? Like, I'm curious. I'm curious to see it. And I'll have to cut it like right at the end. Like, we won't be able to get to the very end of this video, because that's where like the outro sequence is, where I had that music that was cut in the past. So I'm not getting anywhere near that. I'm not risking none of that, none at all. So anyway, I feel like now would be a good time switch us on over, see what we got going on. In 4 minutes, and it's exactly 4 minutes. Like, I was actually so surprised when I found this. It was like, yeah, in 4 minutes, it's literally exactly 4 minutes. Like, me editing in the past, like, goodness, I don't know what I did, but man, I was like a master of editing. It's like that, or the fact that we went from episode 1 through 5 without a whole lot of noteworthy content maybe says something about the quality of the entertainment that I was providing at the time. I would like to think I've improved, considering I'm a bit older now and everything, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go ahead and switch on. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna have my mouse, because this game, fortunately, is basically just 100% mouse. So I can kind of just like, kind of chillax a little bit. Trying to think which game was it that the one weird dating someone that we did for Valentine's. Yeah, I was like all hunched over here like boo boo boo, while I was trying to play the game, and it's like, I like a more chill environ, if you will. But yeah, let's go ahead and switch us over here. I've got the video up now. See, there you go. Let me make sure everything looks good here. So that fits. It doesn't really. I think that's just my that's my TV. I think just cuts off the top bit there. Such as B. Yeah, I don't think. Yes, I don't have anything forcing it to do that. Okay. No, I don't. It's my TV being weird. That's okay. I mean, you don't really need to know the title. All it says is Knights of Pen and Paper, episodes 1 through 5 in 4 minutes, which is literally displayed in the video anyway. So, but yeah, let's get into it. Also, I love that it's literally just 480p. Like, that was like the most I could pull out of Bandicam. Like, you can't quite see it because of how my TV's cutting it off, but yeah, Bandicam, man. Yeah, free version Bandicam back in the day. Oh yeah, I was pro at the time. No, you know it. So anyway, let's get into the video. Double check. My mic was giving me trouble earlier, so I want to make sure the mic's good too. It looks like it's okay. Good? Yeah, we good on the mic. Okay, perfect. Let me see. Anything else that I'm missing here? That's pretty much it. Alright, getting on into the video.
Hello, whoever you are. Hey, you're supposed to be inside the cell, not outside of it. Yeah, you don't want to get hurt, do you? Kill 2 guard. Oh, we shall.
Kill 2 guard. Singular guard, but 2 of them, yes. Strange guy.
Just leave this place for now. Pro tip. Yes, it's a pro tip. It's not even just a normal tip, it's a pro one.
It's a pro tip. Not even just a normal one. It's a pro tip. Goodness. Yeah, you can kind of see, like, a lot of my... And as we get further into it, you'll start to see some of where my influences from back in the day, the classics of YouTube, sort of came from. But yeah,
I'm probably gonna get off task a lot. Make him completely overpowered. 7 rats.
Oh, so this is actually a strategy that I'm going to discuss once we actually start playing. So you can just straight up annihilate everything if you go with the mage Like if you just go with the mage class, like straight up mage class plus meteor, you can literally just clean sweep most of the game, and it's amazing. So that's absolutely what we're gonna do. But dude, the mage class, like out of all the classes, is like the most DPS thing in the entire world. It's amazing.
There's a rat infestation in my village. Are you kidding? Obviously I'm kidding. No, I'm not. That's why they're here. And there's so many rat corpses just everywhere. And I've earned the respect of some of the villagers.
Just some of them, though. It should just be noted, only some of the villagers. Not all of them, but most. I would probably say most. I mean, we did destroy a bunch of rats, you know, a bunch of rat corpses and whatnot, littering the town now, just causing a whole plague infestation. You know, just typical medieval things. You know.
The bots are eating all the villagers' food. Bats. How many bats? Did it say 5? Well, I'm gonna fight 7.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So the way that the game works, and you know, we can get into it, but I figure I can explain stuff before. Like this episode is going to be like a preamble, like a prequel to like the actual full series. So yeah, so the way the game works, you get to choose like the encounters that you fight, which quests you do, which characters and classes you go with. Like, it's basically like it's a pixel RPG D&D game. Like, for lack of a better way to put it, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons if you threw it into like a video game world. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. Knights of Pen and Paper is just great.
Just like one click, and it's just like.
Yeah.
You learn that the
Meteor
king
be like
is
that.
messed up. Do you remember?
Yeah, the king's messed up. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a bit later on. You'll see.
Remember that old man told you in the last task? Oh yeah, I did. I was just there a second ago. Of course I knew. Anyway, challenge accepted. You're attacked. Oh, it's a dark bat. Hello, I'm.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing. A lot of the random encounters you come across, or the encounters you come across during quests, like, are pretty much easier than what you throw at yourself most of the time. Because usually, like, or at least the way that I've played it in the past, right? You would basically just stack on as many enemies as possible, because the more enemies you fight, the more your reward scale. So it's like, the game incentivizes you to, like, try to push the limit of what you can do. Like what you think your characters are capable of doing. Because like even sometimes like when it says like, yeah, there's a really low chance you're gonna win, like you can still win and you get like lots of stuff from it. And it's like, you know, but if you do that and you find that like you're just getting just wrecked, it's kind of like, well, you know, I'm playing Dungeon Master and players, you know, and I just messed up myself. You know what I mean?
Commoner. That's hard to say.
Is it though? Commoner girl's boyfriend? Actually, it did kind of slip me up a little bit. The Commoner girl's boyfriend. There. Commoner girl's boyfriend. Alright.
Alright. Whoa, map's going all crazy. My party is being attacked. Oh, that's cool. Oh.
Oh, I love that cut.
No, that's not going to last. Just beat him in the face. That's don't go in.
See what I mean? Like a lot of the older dialogue, and even some of the older dialogue for like a lot of the YouTubers of the time, like they would supplement dialogue with like just sound effects. So you could see that there's a bit of that here. I haven't really done that too much with CoopCouch. I don't think CoopCouchGaming. I don't think I've really done that too much. I probably have. I mean, it's inevitable, right? Like, you know, sometimes you want to make some just funny sound effects. Oh, and I was watching. So we also just released the I figured I would cut over. We also just released another best of when we were in Sen's Fortress during the first Jubilee Joe run, right? So that was fun. But there was this bit where I threw a knife at the Titanite demon and was able to destroy it. Right, I destroyed the Titanite demon, and it was funny because Mitchell was just like, he was just like, oh yeah, now you're just rubbing it in, and I was just like, I was stumbling over what to say, so I just get into like a high pitched voice and just say, how did I have to try to recreate it. There's one throw a knife at him. Yeah, he want to throw a knife at him. I don't know. Sorry, I just reminded myself of that. That was such a funny little bit. Like, yeah, I did a little zoom cut and stuff for the best of for that. But, anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Let's get on back over to the video.
In there. I guess we should continue anyway. No! Why would you continue into a strange feeling castle with the gate, with the dice rolls? Oh, look! It's the prisoners that escaped from Tower Prison the other day.
See, but you can see even back then, I really loved doing character voicing. If any of you have watched any of my recent playthroughs of like Reciteer or like the Sojo City or whatever it was called, even Cat Quest, like I really enjoy doing character voices when it comes to like games like this. So some people might not like applying a voice or whatever, reading it out funny, but hey, I enjoy it. I make myself laugh from it. Like it's funny to come across stuff like this, you know what I mean? At least in my personal opinion.
Get past 7 guards? What? I guess defeating the guards was easier than I thought. No kidding, I almost died. Deafening burn. No. You are not welcome here in my castle. Keep on.
Man, I don't even know if I could pull that voice off. Goodness. I was gonna say, I was kind of like, that would have been like roughly puberty age, right? So my voice, I could like shift it around a little bit easier than I can now. Now it's just like this all the time. but no. Oh, garbage. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, especially higher ages, I cannot really do a high-pitched voice anymore. Like, straight up. High-pitched voices, like, mess with me. Every time.
On smiting. Thank you, Knights of Pen and Paper. We'll try to look further into this situation. Not really. Which means...
Not really. That is true. This game has so many side quests and just random exploration. And it also incentivizes you to grind a bit. Like, you can really get sidetracked. Like, just doing your own thing. And it's just great. Like, because I mean, the entire game world is basically open to you from the start, except a few places at the end of the game, right? Like, you pretty much can go anywhere. Granted, you don't really want to go everywhere because you'll just end up just getting wrecked, like really early on. You have to like kind of know where you should go and where not to go. But if you are able to defeat some stuff in a slightly higher level area than you should be, like that's a good way to like grind up some gold and stuff. Like it's really,
65% chance it's going to fail, and
True.
I just wasted a lot of money. Thank you for taking my money.
No, that's so true though. Like, yeah, in this game, money is extremely hard to come by, I would say, until like once you get into the later game, or just grind a lot. So yeah, wasting a bunch of money at the blacksmith is absolutely the worst. And this was actually something that I discovered, or not, I want to say discovered, but something that I figured out that you could do. So there's an item that decreases smithing. What is it? It decreases smithing costs by a huge percent. But the thing is, you can basically equip enough of them to your character to where you're paying like dirt cheap. So even if you fail, like you barely spend any money. So if you can just get enough and then just like basically whenever you need to upgrade a character, you just like switch out their equipped items, right? You can basically just almost have nearly free blacksmith upgrades. Like you just spam it and not have to worry about leveling up the blacksmith at all. You could just like waste money until the point where you just get it. Like, great.
They underestimate my powers. Welcome back to Default
Meteor.
Footage. Pen and Paper Knights.
Yours is
The
okay.
king was kind of messed up, but we fixed him, so he's not messed up anymore.
Yeah, he was. That's the part that I always remember. The king was messed up, and we fixed him, so he's not messed up anymore. Yeah, that's the part that I always remember, and I still, like, even before I refound this video, like, I still remembered that being, like, just, like, a super funny bit from that. It's like, the king was messed up, then we fixed him, and he wasn't messed up anymore.
I'm sure you're good enough to handle this task. You know, you might get killed or something on the way there, you know, whatever. Collect them all. I got
Collect
a
them
mine
all.
trap, I got giant grub.
Oh,
and I
we
got
get
cob.
messed up by the cob, though.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, let me double check.
Let's do this. No, really
Okay, alright, yeah, the end card's not until, like, a little later on. So we have a little bit.
And I lost it. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Why did I do this? I think I really should run. This.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we went here, and, yeah. We accepted that side quest way early on, so we went somewhere we really should not have gone. And we paid for it. Like, the cob, like, the army of, like, 5 cob just wrecked us. Like, no joke.
It's gonna turn really bad really quickly. This is bad. I need teamwork. I guess that's a good place to stop it. Probably. No. Yes. I'm gonna stop it here anymore.
Okay. So, yeah, right after that's the cut card. So I don't want to go too far just in case the video or the music starts and it, like, flags something. But man, looking back at that, that's so, it's like such a nostalgia trip. Like, dude, like, I it's like looking back at that, it's like, I don't know. It's like I can see parts of, like, my entertainment method now kind of in that, you know what I mean? And that's the great part. It's like, while I have made improvements, I would say, over the years, as far as, like, being able to communicate and sort of trying to entertain, at the same time, like, there's still parts of, like, sort of the classic me kind of hanging around, you know what I mean? And that's like, such a great thing. You know, that it's still kind of like, you know, it's still like, it's still me, like, if that makes sense. Like, I really haven't changed too much, you know, over the years. You know, for better or worse, right? But yeah, like, I remember, like, the old YouTube before I took it down. I'm trying to think. Probably had about. I mean, if this is an impressive number or anything, I mean, it's really not. But I think I had like 20 subscribers or something. Which I don't know. I was hyped about at the time. But then, like I said, that end card bit that I used for the videos, that little end card bit, you know, I thought that I was able to use it. It said that I could, but then it was like, well, no, you can't. And I was like, well, you know what? I didn't want to watch it anyway, or I didn't want to use it anyway. So, yeah, that's what prompted me to, like, cut that one. And originally, like, I wasn't huge invested or anything in that. It was just like a side, just a fun little project, just for me and my friends, more or less. Kind of listen to, react to, whatever. Whereas, like, with CoopCouchGaming, this is something that Mitchell and I put together, and you know, trying to keep it going, trying to keep it relatively official. I mean, what with us being officially sponsored by Yefdu Trading Company, you know, we've hit the big time here, man. You know, we got a sponsor. Thank you, Yefdu Trading Company. But anyway, no, No, I just wanted to like start off. I just wanted to start off the stream tonight, and episodes following this one. I wanted to start with like a general overview and like sort of the inspiration of why I wanted to play this game. So yeah, I hope everybody's able to like watch this one back because this one's actually really, I don't know. Ah man, it's so cool. It's so cool looking back and thinking like, man, I did this like years ago, like legitimately years ago. I mean, that would have been, man. Well, when? Well, I mean, let me search. When would this game have came out? It would have been roughly around that time. Pen and paper. Uh, 2012. That does sound about right, honestly. Well, no, 2013 was the Windows version. So let me sort of think back. So 2013, that would have been. Well, let me think. Man, that would have been 9 years ago. Goodness. Uh, yeah, that would have been 9 years ago, which means I would have been. Well, I mean, I would have been. Well, it depends. No, I mean, as of right now, let me redo that. That would have been about 16 years ago. Or 16. I literally just said it was 9 years ago. That would have been, what do you call them? I would have been 16 at the time, so that would have probably put me in sophomore year, not freshman year. I would have been sophomore year, of high school at the time. Man, man, yeah, cause actually that makes sense because yeah, freshman year is when I would have done Dark Souls. I would have played Dark Souls freshman year, I think. Right? Does that make sense? Because Dark Souls came a little before that, right? Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, yeah, I would have played. Well, yeah, I would have played Dark Souls first. So that makes sense. Yeah, Dark Souls would have been a game that I played freshman year, and then sophomore year I played Knights of Pen and Paper. That makes sense. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through the timeline of life here, trying to figure out where everything lies. Like that's the thing. I really don't like. I don't remember too much, honestly, when it comes to like uh I don't know, sort of grow. Oh, not growing up. I can't really recall any like huge details, I guess, about like when I was younger. Like I know like general overviews and stuff, right? Like I remember the overall scenarios, but I can't say I remember too much like in detail. Like I know a few like scenario, like I know a few events and stuff, but that's like pretty much it. Like if I'm trying to think back to like, I mean even as early as like high school, it's like I don't know what I don't remember how old I was in X in X grade or I don't remember this and that about, this specific year when I was growing up, you know what I mean? Like so I have to try to think back as to like, okay, well, now's now. How long ago was that, and does that make sense for it to be like the way it is, as far as like how I'm recalling it? Um, and it turns out, indeed, the Lords of Lordred. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here. And then next episode, which we're gonna continue into the stream tonight. Next episode, we're actually gonna get into the game ourselves. So hey, we're gonna be able to see if I'm able to top my performance. We're gonna see if we can top my performance from past self, from 9 years ago self. See if we're able to beat that. So yeah, that's where we're gonna be. Thanks again, all you coop operatives out there, all you other peoples that joined me on the couch today. I'll see you guys here soon in the next episode. Bye, I'll see you soon. Bye, Zo. Bye, Zo.